Yun totoo to. Para mas maganda yung exam.
Check. Mm-mm. Check. Welcome to the 8th episode of the Taripnong Kentungtungan Ti Luisiano. This is a monthly talk show to prelude St. Louis College's Diamond Jubilee celebration. Our hosts for today's episode are Mrs. Marian B. Botala and Mrs. Marvi T. Kabakan.
Naimbag nga bigat, St. Louis College.
Good morning, Louisians, and greetings to everyone around the world. I am Marvi.
I am Marian.
And we are your hosts for the 8th episode of the Taripnong Kentungtungan Ti Luisiano. We are glad and honored to host this SLC's Taripnong Kentungtungan Ti Luisiano as part of our 60th founding anniversary. Right, Ma'am Marian?
Yes, Ma'am Marvi. At isang karangalan din ang maipakilala sa inyo ang mga special guests natin sa araw na ito. All of them graduated from St. Louis College and they are currently thriving in their respective careers as medical doctors. And here they are.
Okay, so papakilala na po natin ang mga special guests for today. Our first guest is a graduate of St. Louis College High School Batch 1996. Ladies and gentlemen, let us all welcome Dr. Jeremy L. Licodine. Good morning, Doc.
Hi, good morning. Thank you.
Next is a graduate of St. Louis College High School, Batch 1993. A round of applause to Dr. Chester O. Directo.
Hello
Sir.
po, good morning po, ma'am. Morning po.
And the only rose among our guests, also a graduate of St. Louis College High School, Batch 1993. At ang butihing may bahay ni Dr. Chester. Mga kaibigan, isang masigabong palakpakan po para kay Dr. Cherry T. Cruz Directo. Good morning.
Good morning po. Good morning.
Ma'am Marvi,
Yes, ma'am.
alam mo bang ang mga special guest natin sa araw na to ay mga estudyante ko nung sila'y high school? At habang nakikita ko sila ngayon, ay talaga namang proud na proud tayo sa kanila.
Yes naman. Wow. So kung titignan natin, bibilang pa ba tayo sa age? Of course not. Kasi may tag dito, bilang na natin. But let us not count the age. At dahil teacher students po ang senaryo natin ngayon, like yung mga senaryo po sa loob ng classroom dati, siguro maganda pong simulan natin sa graded recitation. Okay. Nakakapuntos po ba kayo sa graded recitation ni Ma'am Mary Ann? Okay. Ma'am Mary Ann, for the first question, for 3 points. Ay may 3 points talaga. Ayan po. Ma'am Mary Ann?
Thank you, Ma'am Marbs. But before that, allow me to thank first Dr. Jeremy, Dr. Chester, Dr. Cherry, for gracing our show. We are honored to welcome you back to our alma mater, not anymore as my students, but as esteemed alumni. Right, Ma'am Marvi?
Yes po, it is indeed our honor to have you here with us today. And to all of you out there joining us online, welcome to our show. You may participate by giving your comments, shout-outs, or even questions to our guests in the comment section by using our official hashtag, SLCTKTL. And to all our studio audience and our viewers online, welcome to our show. You may participate by giving your comments, shoutouts, or even questions to our guests in comment section by using our official hashtag SLCTKTL.
And now, let us begin our 3 points.
Ayan na po. Ready na po ba kayo?
Dr. Jeremy, Dr. Chester, and Dr. Cherry, as a starter, especially for those who do not know you yet, will you please give us a background of your specialization and your current affiliation?
Doc Jeremy, maybe you can start?
So, good morning to everyone and even those online. So, I'm Dr. Jeremy L. Licudini. I'm a graduate nga here noong 1996 pa. And totoo, teacher ko nga si Ma'am Butala nung sa PE. Yes. So, I am your ENT doctor dito sa La Union. So, you can see me sa ITRMC, sa Lorma, and even sa Bethany. And I even help other doctors as far as Pampanga and Dagupan.
Wow.
Doc Chester?
Hey, hello po. Morning, thank you. I'm Chester Directo. I'm a practicing internal medicine at our own private clinic in Balawan, La Union. I resigned from my previous work at ITRMC last January 2021. Okay. And right now I'm more focused on my private practice in Balawan. And at the same time I'm starting to have a part-time job as a farmer.
Wow.
Apo, part-time po farmer and part-time doctor, or hindi ko po alam kung in between, kung meron pang iba. Yun po. Currently po, I'm just focused on treating my outpatient patients. So I seldom go to the hospitals na. So I have to have my time for my farm work and of course for seeing patients sa Balawan. Pero I'm affiliated at Lorma, Bethany, and La Union, Lumed. Okay, thank you.
Yes, Doc, and I cannot thank you enough for being my internist. And last but not the least, may we have Dr. Cherry.
Yes, good morning po. I am Cherry Director from SLC Batch 93 din. So pareho kami. Currently, I am a practicing pediatrician sa rin namin, private clinic in Balawan also. So we are more focused on the outpatient department. So yung nagko-consult lang po kami. But I'm also affiliated in Lorma and Bethany. Pero yung clinic ko po is in Balawan only. So yun po.
Okay. Let's move on now to our first question. What point in your life did you realize that you want to become a doctor? We start with the valedictorian of the class, Doc Cherry.
Parang sa'yo. Thank you for the question, ma'am. But since elementary siguro, we have usually, ewan ko po kung ngayon meron pa ring theme writing ngayon, no? Usually, we have theme writing of ano yung ambition natin or what do we want to be when we grow up. I always write to be a pediatrician. Talaga pong pediatrician talaga yung nilalagay ko kasi I really like children. Gusto ko pong inaalagaan ang bata. So, noon pa, yun na talaga yung sinusulat ko before pa po. Nung nag-high school kasi medyo parang hindi siya naging parang clear kasi parang ang inaano mo na lang is masyado siyang matagal po kasi. So, nung I recall, parang meron interview before sa amin para sa Luisian Newset. Parang isa ako sa tinanong kung ano yung gusto ko po. Ang sinabi ko na was medical technologist. So, nung nabasa ng mother ko nga noon, parang, medical technologist na? Parang from being a pediatrician po, naging medical technologist. So sabi ko, yun na yung gusto ko ngayon. Parang hindi ko na po masyadong inano. Pero deep within me talaga, sabi ko naman po before, kahit sa parents ko, no, kahit saan po akong ilagay na field, okay lang sa akin. Pero yung talagang childhood, ano ko po, is really to be a pediatrician. Yun po yung sa akin.
Wow, and meant to be talaga na pediatrician si Doc. Pinanindigan niya. Oh, yan. Okay, thank you, Doc. What about Doc Jeremy?
So, ako naman, nung bata, mahilig ako dati sa planets eh. No, yung may mga astronomy books kami. So, initially, syempre, ang gusto ko noon, astronaut. Pero hindi naman pwede yun as a Filipino, wala tayong masyadong access to become an astronaut. Pero kidding aside, no, yung dad ko kasi, he has a ENT doctor na matagal na dito sa San Fernando, La Union. So I guess nung bata pa lang, I was already inspired to be a doctor. Then from there, even though sa mga sinabi nga ni Doktora Directo kanina, yung mga team writing, what you want to be when you grow up, naging doctor na din talaga. So na-set na nung bata pa lang, elementary pa lang, probably even pre-elementary, na-set na sa akin na magiging doctor ko. And ito na yung naging career path ko, going old.
Wow. Talaga siguro maging doctor ka and mahilig ka sa maging astronaut, something like that. No wonder you were awarded as Science Club awardee.
Wow.
Aba, nahalungkat pa yun.
Oo naman. O ngayon, pakinggan naman natin si Doc Chester kung talagang nung bata pa siya ay talagang gusto niyang maging doctor. Kasi ito, nung high school, siya ay Corps Commander ng CAT. Doc Chester.
I have siguro the most boring reason bakit ako naging doctor. So, wala namang doctor sa family and not even anyone from siguro sa medical field except dun sa kapatid ni Papa ko na which is she's a pharmacist. No? Out of lack of exposure naman po ako. Since nung ang naalala ko lang po is pre-school days, pag tinatanong, anong gusto mo maging paglaki mo? Eh, wala pong exposure. Ang nakikita ko lang is doctor kasi lagi kang na-hospital or pinapa-check up. Yun yung nakikita mong profession. So, yun yung nasabi ko, gusto ko maging doctor. And, yun, napilitan na siguro maging doctor, kaya naging doctor. Pero, yun po yung sa akin po yung journey ko is, parang, yun nga, may mga journey ako during my school days, especially nung nasa med school ako and in internship, na may mga times na gusto kong tumigil maging doctor. Eh. So parang nung first year med school, internship, residency, maraming times na gusto ko nang mag-quit maging doctor. Yeah. Kaya yung sa akin yung pinaka-boring eh. Kasi lack of exposure. Kaya ako naging doctor.
Okay. Pero alam niyo, buti na lang naging doctors kayo. Kasi ang gagaling ninyo. And yung mga patients ninyo, they really deserve a doctor just like you. Anyway, yung question natin na susunod ay nasagot na ni Doc Chester. Did you have any second thought of becoming a physician when you were undergoing your study, Doc Jeremy?
Second thoughts? Actually, wala naman. Pero honestly, the life of becoming a doctor is not really that easy. Talagang daming time you really need to dedicate a lot of time to studying. Puyat. Talagang mapapagod din talaga yung mind mo. Pero I guess if you're really determined sa goal mo, hindi ka naman talaga. Ako, hindi ako nagkaroon ng second thoughts. Kasi kung nagkaroon pa akong second thought, ano na nang gagawin ko next? Hindi ko na rin alam.
How about Doc Cherry?
Ako rin po wala. Walang second thoughts.
Okay, pinanindigan talaga.
Talagang, for me kasi, sabi ko nga, if I decide po kasi, talagang ginagawa ko na siya. Yung best ko, ginagawa ko na siya. Sayang po kasi yung time. So pag Ang iniisip mo lang kasi pagkaano noon, nakaano ka na dun sa goal mo po. Very goal-oriented po kasi ako. So talagang inaano ko yung goal ko. So kung ano yung gagawin kong susunod. Ano yung gagawin kong susunod para ko po ma-reach yun. Katulad ng sabi ni Dr. Jeremy, sobrang hirap yung journey po, no? Kasi ang iaano mo rito is you invest your time. Sa amin kasi po lahat, yung mga classmates namin, nakikita na namin sila, graduate na, nag-establish na sila ng careers nila, lahat sila nandun na. Tapos kami nag-aaral pa rin po kami. So, yun yung iisipin mo eh. So, kung talagang gusto mo siya, gagawin mo siya, huwag ka na mag-isip ng kahit ano. Gawin mo yun. Be determined. Gawin mo. Maging ready ka sa lahat. Kasi it's not easy. You sacrifice your time. You sacrifice your special occasions, lahat. Hindi ka magko-complain. Kasi kasama yon talaga dun sa job. Yun talaga yung, kumbaga you signed up for it. So yun talaga yung pinunta mo dun. Kaya hindi ka dapat nagko-complain. Kasi alam mo na iyon yung pupuntahan mo. So for me, nung time, yung mindset lang po siguro, ma'am. So mindset ko is talagang tatapusin ko siya. So yun yung ginawa ko. Kaya wala akong kahit anong regrets. Ginawa ko siya lahat. So, yun po yung sa akin. So, talagang yung is dapat umpisa pa lang, alam mo na deep within you na gusto mo siyang gawin. Kasi kung hindi mo siya gustong gawin, katulad ng sabi ni Dr. Chester, no, magkakaroon ka ng time na parang, talaga bang ito yung gusto ko? Parang gano'n. Sayang yung oras, kaya dapat determined kang gawin siya. So, yun for me. Wala akong regrets.
Okay. So, kita-kita naman, Ma'am Marian, sa mga sagot nila na talagang they are really determined to become a physician. And I think despite of the challenges that you had, you really love your profession right now. Okay. Lalo-lalo na po siguro ng pandemic. Ano po? Okay. Okay. What are the key challenges? Nasagot naman na ninyo. Rewards. May lumabas naman na sa mga sagot ninyo kanina that you really love what you are doing right now. So, okay. So, our guests had provided us with very fruitful sharing today during our 3-point graded recitation. So, mamaya itatali natin kung sino sa kanila ang may pinakamataas na points. Okay. More is expected after this short break. Please stay tuned.
Louisian graduate. Louisians are Christ-centered. They should practice Christian values in all aspects of their lives, exhibit commitment to the evangelization of the church, and manifest Filipino and Louisian values. Louisians are mission-oriented. They should practice CICM advocacies, respond to the needs of the church and society by actively participating in missionary activities, and engage in sustainable community development activities by reaching out to the marginalized members of the community. Louisians are professionally competent. They should practice their profession in accordance with moral and ethical standards and existing laws. Demonstrate expertise and proficiency in the practice of their profession, and communicate effectively both orally and in writing using varied forms of media. Louisians are lifelong learners. They should continue to grow professionally to cope with the demands of a dynamic society. Practice critical and creative thinking in providing solutions to societal and global concerns. And collaborate effectively in multidisciplinary and multicultural contexts. Once a Louisian, always a Louisian.
And we're back live here at Cafe Luis with our guest alumni doctors, Dr. Jeremy, Dr. Chester, and Dr. Cherry. For our online viewers, you may share our live. And in sharing, please use our hashtag SLCTKTL. this time, let us get quite personal by knowing their experiences as a students. Yung kanina medyo seryoso po yung mga tanong natin. Ngayon po pakikiligin natin yung mga OGENs. Okay, so they're going to use their whiteboard para isulat yung answer nila. Yung unang magtataas, siya pong panalo. Okay po?
Okay.
Or nasa classroom pa din po. Okay, Ma'am Mary Ann, for the first question.
Ito yung first question. Inaasahan ng mga high school students noon, laging yan excited sila. Third year pa lang talagang pinaghahandaan na to. So unang tanong, with whom was your most memorable dance during your prom?
Ayan,
Yun.
isip-isip.
With whom?
With whom kaya?
Sa crush ka na kaya nila?
Ang haba po yata.
Ang
Haba
haba
ng
ng
pangalan.
sinusulat? Si Doc Chester ba, talagang si Doc Cherry ang napupusuan noon?
Let's find out, ma'am. Okay.
Okay.
Ready na po? Ready? Okay, boards up po. Let's see. Wow. Chester, of course. So, si Doc Cherry. Crush.
Mahirap na pong di makauwi mamayang gabi.
Kay Doc Jeremy, crush every lady at prom night. Walang specific,
Walang specific.
Doc.
Pero of course, exciting naman basta ka-dance mo yung crush mo.
Ano, Doc? Parang hirap ka bang mamili nun? Parang-
And then, meron kasi akong kasama nung classmate nung third year tsaka fourth year. We made it a point na we dance with all our lady classmates, even kung pwede rin sa other sections. Kasi, naghanda lahat eh. Nagpagwapo, nagpaganda. So, dapat isayaw mo lahat ng pwede mo isayaw.
Okay, wow, galing. Pero
Actually, ganun po talaga noon eh. Nung high school kami, because we were the last batch nung na science ay na isang classroom lang. So, sa batchmate po namin, mga lalaki, bawal po na may maiwang babae na nakaupo.
Okay. Pero indeed pa si Doc Chester tsaka si Doc Cherry.
Hindi pa po.
Talaga
Lagi
namang
po siyang late nun.
Ay.
Laging late. Laging late kasi nire-represent po niya yung school sa mga contest.
Oh,
Kaya
I see.
usually late. Late yan pumapasok.
Next question, ma'am.
Next question. This time. What is your favorite subject? Paboritong subject? Si Doc Cherry, obvious ata.
Ay,
Tama ba? Ay, tama yung spelling ko.
okay. Boards up po.
Words up? Oh,
Ay,
yan.
math, science.
Science.
Parehas na
Si
science.
Doc
Oo nga.
Chester at saka si Doc Jeremy, they were both awardees for
Science.
the Science Club.
Yes.
Doc Cherry was a top quizzer in math.
Wow.
Hindi nahahagilap yan sa classroom eh. Sa liit niya, laging wala. Kasi laging contestant sa math. So yan, kaya math ang favorite subject niya.
Ma'am, kung matatandaan niyo. Bali, before kasi ma'am, yung Math Olympiad, from first year to fourth year kasi, hindi po pinapalitan kaming tatlo. Tatlo kasi po yung representative lagi. So, ang strategy nila is, from start ng first year high school, kami yung pinapa sa contest. So, yung first and second year po namin, as in wala kaming ganyan. Pagdating ng third year po namin, yun yung yun na yung parang best na performance po nung team namin. Kasi that was the year when SLC represented both po, individual and team sa nationals. Ini-represent po namin ang Region 1 sa Manila nung batch namin holding our SLC na school. Kaya yun po yung talagang nagtatatak sa akin kasi never pa po akong ulit ng nationals except po nung time na yun.
Wow, ang galing naman.
Galing talaga.
Okay. Ma'am Mary Ann, baka ikaw, ano favorite subject mo din ng high school?
Ako?
Oh, ma'am, meron?
Sabi ni Doc Chester, religion.
daw.
Hindi, social studies ako nun. Mahilig ako sa social studies.
Ayan. Okay, next question, ma'am.
Okay, third. Ano ang naalala niyong binibili sa kantin noon?
Madalas na binibili sa
Oo.
kantin.
Ang kantin natin noon is located at the...
Dito.
Dito.
ma'am.
Ito na ano. Oo.
Tignan natin, baka meron pa sa kantin ulit yan ngayon.
Meron po ba
Daanan
to?
po natin mamaya sa kantin. Yes po. Boards up. Fish crackers.
Fish
At saka,
crackers.
Doc, 1 liter Coke talaga?
1 liter Coke?
Kaya mo ubusin? Akala ko kayang ubusin. Ano yun, Doc?
Group yan po. Kasi pagka morning and morning po tsaka lunch, sobrang dami po ng tao sa kantin. So, hindi kami nakakabili sa kantin. Usually, kami po kasi is mga late kami umuwi kasi may mga service. Dati po kasi uso pa po yung mga service na hinihintay mo lahat matapos yung klase bago po kayo makauwi lahat. So, usually, ang umauwi po kami mga 5 or past 5 na po. Wala na pong masyadong bumibili sa kantin. So kami pong mga naiiwan for the service, bumibili po kami ng isang buong fish crackers tsaka 1 litro. Hati-hati po.
Salo-salo
Pwede
na
ka
po
naman po,
kayo doon.
binibigyan kami ng
Okay.
glass sa kantin. So yun po yun.
Si Doc Chester, busy, nagbabasketball.
Ay, Doc.
Actually po totoo, wala akong recollection na nung pag-recess is pumupunta ng canteen. Kasi pag in-announce na po nung teacher na recess time or recess break na namin, kukunin na po namin kaagad yung bola. Diretso po kami sa basketball court. Yun na po yung gagawin namin ng recess. Actually, bago mag-start ang class, basta walang assignment, nasa basketball court kami. Pag recess, nasa basketball court. Pag after kaming mag-lunch, nasa basketball court. Bago umuwi, nasa basketball court. Kaya nakikita ko lang yung canteen na building. Pero pag sasabi mo upo doon at bibili, hindi po. Mas marami kaming time nagbabasketball.
Hindi ka naman nagbabaon, Doc.
Actually po, binagbabaon po kami ng parents ko noon ng pangmerienda. Pero hindi ko po kinakain. Dinodonate ko po dun sa mga classmate ko. Kasi mula ata elementary ako, palaging peanut butter, ham, tapos peanut butter ulit. Tapos cheese whiz, cheese. Ulit-ulit po yun since grade 1 hanggang nung high school. Kaya nung high school, meron na akong mga friends na sila lagi yung kumakain ng baon.
Si Doc Jeremy, Slurpee.
Sosyal siya, mamo. May Slurpee na pala nun, Doc.
Ay, oo. Kasi, di ba, wala pa namang 7-Eleven nun. Tapos, honestly, di ko maalala, wala talaga akong maalalang tumatatak na food sa canteen. Pero maalala ko, nung high school, merong Slurpee or slush, hindi ko alam tawag dyan, slush machine na malapit sa father's dorm. Yung ngayong na elementary.
Old elementary building.
Tumatakas kami. Sasabihin namin, we're going to the comfort room. Pero actually, bababa kami doon just to take a sip sa Slurpee or sa slush. Then, inumin namin agad yan kahit ma-brain freeze ka para balik ka agad sa classroom at di ka mahuli.
Okay, Ma'am Mary Ann, next.
Okay. So kanina, yung paborito ninyong subject. Ngayon naman, yung most challenging na subject na ni-encounter ninyo. Most challenging.
Ready po? Okay, boards up. Kidok Cherry, Social Studies, Algebra. Ay, Doc, I feel you. My gosh. Tapos, Filipino, Ibong Adara na talagang
Oo nga.
very specific,
Very
Doc.
specific. Ayoko yung ibong adar na.
Ibong Adar na talaga. Social Studies. Di ba malawak ang Social Studies kasi ano, Doc?
Natatanda kasi social studies namin si Mr. Sotelo po eh. Yung ano namin before kasi, yung book kasi na yun, parang ang dami-dami po kasi siyang places, dates, yung mga events. Ayaw ko po kasi nag-memorize sa mga ganon. Kasi parang hindi ko, parang sa akin, parang hindi, bakit, ano kung malaman ko siya, parang hindi po siya ganon sa akin. Tsaka hindi siya nagsistick. Parang hindi siya sa akin Pero, syempre, ginagawang fun ni Mr. Sotelo kasi parang, before, parang naalala ko lang ang natatandaan ko. Kaya parang nai-endure mo yung social studies. Kasi yung first parang first hour ng ano namin, ng class, may news. Ano ka po, magbibigay ka ng news. Tapos, yun ba yung talaga yung pinakaano? Kasi every person kailangan mag-ano ng news po every day. So, meron kaming parang current events. So, yung mga news, nakakatawa lang po. Pero, yun yung parang nagtatatak sa
Oo
akin.
nga, Dok, masyado kasing malawak. Sa algebra naman, Dok, laging hinahanap si X and Y, ano?
Yes
Hindi
po.
mahanapan talaga. Hanggang ngayon, hinahanap pa
Hindi
din
ko nga
yan.
po alam na pwede mong i-add, i-multiply si
Oo
X
nga,
and
Dok.
Y.
Opo,
No?
opo.
Pero ang funny kasi lang po dun, nung first year ako talagang, sabi mo hate mo talaga, kasi mahirap siyang intindihin. Pero siguro dahil nga paulit-ulit mo siyang ginagawa. So eventually parang, ganun lang pala
Ganun.
siya. Kaya na, ang funny po dun is nung first year college na, natawa po ako kasi nung may subject ulit na yan, algebra, trigo, and so. Hindi naman ako magaling sa math talaga. Tapos nung pagdating namin ng first year and second year college namin, ikaw yung nagiging tutor ng mga classmates mo.
Classmates.
Kaya natatawa nga po pag iniisip, kinokopya ko lang ito nung sa katabi ko. Saka pag may assignment kami, kinokopya ko lang din to kay Cherry. Tapos gagawin niyo akong taga-tutor.
Oo.
Pero yun po, yung nung first year talaga, hindi ko maintindihan kung ano yung factoring, mga ganyan.
Okay. Sa Filipino naman, actually, Doc, ano yan? Waterloo lahat
Oo
ng
nga,
mga bata
Waterloo
ngayon
ko
yan.
talaga yun yan.
Kahit mga bata ngayon, yan ang problema,
Same lang kami.
Filipino. Yeah, okay. For the last question. Okay po, for the last question. Ito po siguro talagang pipilitin yung tandaan kung sino siya. What is the first name of a former schoolmate or classmate that you have lost touch with and you want to find out how is he or how is she right now? Hindi nag-isip si Doc Jeremy, kaagad-agad. Meron. Parang laging nasa memory mo yan, Doc, ha? Okay, boards up po.
Buong pangalan ba? Ay, sorry. In-expose ko na yung buong
Edward.
pangalan.
The same po ba si Edward and Edward Miranda? You have the same. Tapos kay Doc Jeremy Roland Paret.
Oo, kasi ko yan eh. Best friend ko yan. Isa sa mga kasama kong friends talaga
Pero wala na
nung
kayong
high school.
contact ngayon, Doc?
So after nag-high school, na alam ko na he went to UST. Then after that, parang hindi ko na siya na-meet pa ever. Even the college, even sa mga reunions, parang hindi ko na siya nakita rin. So I'm just wondering, kamusta na si
O, Doc, nakalive
Roland?
tayo ngayon. Baka
Ay,
gusto
oo
mo
nga.
i-shout out kung
Well,
nasan
kung
siya.
nanonood ka, Roland, I think nakikita kita sa Mobile Legends eh. Pero baka pwede tayo maglaro one time or mag-catch up lang.
Parehas, okay, Doc. Thank you. Parehas si Doc Cherry and Doc,
Po. Kasi very close nga po kasi isang batch lang po kami from first year to fourth
Common
years.
friends po nyo.
Apo.
Kayong dalawa nung kahit nung high
Classmates
school.
po.
Classmates.
Apo. Kasi since naghiwa-hiwalay po kami nung high school, parang di na namin siya nakita. Meron lang pong time nung ano na nga yun? Friendster. Friendster pa yun eh. Oo, nung Friendster pa, meron pang some sort of communication. Pero after nag-migrate or nawala si Friendster at naging Facebook, hindi na po namin
Wala
siya
na kayong
nakita.
contact,
Wala na
Doc.
po.
O, Doc, panawagan.
Baka nakikinig siya.
Baka nakikinig or baka
oo.
nanonood po ngayon si Sir Edward.
Oo, just to add po, kasi meron kasing GC po kami ng classroom po namin. Kasi sa class po namin, parang nasa 48 lang kami.
Aha.
So, talagang from first year to fourth year, magkakasama po kami. Yung ano po na yun, siya lang po kasi ang walang Facebook account sa amin. So, mukhang hindi rin yan maano kasi mukhang hindi po siya active sa sa Facebook. So, ang if ever lang is yung wife niya lang po yung minsan nagiging contact namin. So, sobrang wala po kaming contact kay Edward.
Okay, thank you ho. Sana yung kung nakita po ng mga viewers ngayon, yung mga pangalan po na pinost nila, baka masabihan para magkaroon po sila ulit ng contact. O, di ba po? Okay. Let us get to know more our guests when Taripnong Kentungtungan Tiluisiano returns after this short break.
searching for. Be Aloysian.
Be Aloysian.
Be Aloysian.
Be Aloysian.
Be Aloysian.
Be Aloysian.
Join the beacon of wisdom in the north and be Aloysian.
And we're back live here at Cafe Luis. Still with our guests, Doc Jeremy, Doc Chester, and Doc Cherry. Ayan, kanina, ayan, medyo kinilig tayo ng konti sa mga questions natin. Balik kaseryosohan na naman po tayo ngayon. Okay. Tanong naman po ngayon. Ito pang $1 million question na daw po ito ngayon. Okay. Okay. What are the most unforgettable challenges you experienced, particularly during the pandemic po?
Doc Chester.
Doc Chester?
Siguro po nung first part ng pandemic because wala lang kasiguraduhan eh. We were fighting an unknown enemy. So even on the side ng medical, di mo alam eh. So you were at a loss kung anong gagawin mo. But at the same time, as doctors, hindi mo maiwan yung work mo eh. Kahit na takot ka na after kang mag-duty, tapos uwi ka sa bahay. So during kasi I was involved pa noon sa government, you had to go on duty 7 straight days. No? So it's a 12-hour shift. You report to the hospital, for example, on a Monday, and you go home the next Monday. And ang mahirap po doon was, yung the first few weeks was uwi ka, and you had to quarantine yourself just to, alam nyo yun, to protect your family. Okay? So, titira ka sa kabilang bahay or sa isang apartment, dadalang ka nila ng pagkain, and that's it. So, we were on a 2-week break naman when we go on 7 days duty. So 2 weeks na ganun yung magiging routine mo. So 2 weeks dinadalang ka lang ng pagkain. So siguro maikot mo lahat yung YouTube, yung Netflix, whatever, para lang ma-spend mo yung time. Okay. Kaya yun yung pinaka mahirap doon. Pero good thing kasi nangyari sa amin noon was yung batch kasi namin, the whole batch ng 93, nag-organize po kami ng parang something to give to our frontliners. So, pagka from duty po kami, may mga kasama kami from the regular high na may tokang tagaluto, taga-pamalengke. So, magluluto kami for that time, and then pupunta kami sa mga it's either sa hospital po or kung saan nagstay yung mga frontliners. Tapos nag-share po kami ng food hanggang medyo lumuwag po yung pandemic. Saka yun po yung maganda kasi dun sa nung time na yon. Kasi somehow po yung ginawa namin nakaka-ease po not only dun sa part namin but also to the frontliners na pinupuntahan. So may mga iba naging friends namin na hindi naman namin kilala before. So yun, nakatulong po yun. So, and then doon din po siguro yung time na nagkaroon ako ng time dun sa farm. Kasi nung after po nung siguro a month or 2 months na into nung ganun yung routine ko na 1 week duty, 2 weeks off, may time na po na hindi ko na talaga kaya. So, yung 2 weeks off, pag nag-off na ako, kinukuha ko na si Cherry nun. Tapos we stayed in the farm. So, yung 2 weeks dun kami. From clinic, diretso kami dun sa farm. So, yun, dun po siguro din nag-start na ma-realize ko na sobrang toxic din yung nag-stay sa hospital. And hindi ko po makita kasi yung sarili ko na beyond 60 years old na nakafocus ka pa rin into the medical life. So parang kaya ako siguro at that time na-realize ko na kailangan ko ng something to unburden me from yung sa daily routine po saka sa daily challenges ng pagiging doctor. Na mag-start ng hindi man mag-start po kasi nandun na po yung farm because actually my grandparents both from my father's side and my mother's side are farmers, and my father was a farmer also. Kasi siguro nasa genes mo siguro somehow, hindi ko po ma-explain na nahila din po ako papunta doon. Okay, yun po yung mahirap talaga nung sa pandemic. Pero sabi ko nga, because of friends and acquaintances na rin po, na-ease po yung hirap na ganun.
Mahirap talaga during the pandemic. But then, through your sharing, Dr. Chester, nakita naman natin na may magandang naidulot din yung situation natin na ganon. So you were able to discover something in you that it cultivated your love for farming. Okay, how about Jeremy?
Well, I also had the same experience with Dr. Chester, no. Actually, you have this responsibility to still see your patients despite your fear of having mahawa ka sa COVID. Then I also had the experience of having to go to the hospital duty straight ng 7 days. Then magka-quarantine ka for a week or 2. Then you will do the same routine over and over again. Tapos lalo na kung nagkasakit ka mismo ng COVID, syempre kakabahan ka, baka nahawa mo yung wife mo or yung mga anak mo. And it's a big effect din sa mental health talaga. Kaya nga, I guess doon nagkaroon ng focus sa mental health eh. Maganda nga din, as same with Dr. Chester, I had an opportunity to explore other interests in life. Nagsimula rin ako nahilig sa halaman, watchmaking,
Nagplantito ka din doon.
Naging plantito rin ako. Nadali rin ako dyan.
Nakadami ka din doon na binili ng plants.
Na medyo marami. Hanggang ngayon buhay pa naman sila, thankfully.
That's good. Kasi yung iba, nagkaroon plantita, pero hindi na na-maintain. Okay. But that's good. How about Doc Cherry?
Different po ako sa kanila, no? Kasi they're in public, saan po sila sa government service, no po. I'm in the private sector po eh. So nagpa-private The challenge for me was the distance po. Kasi I'm from San Fernando, nag-stay po kami sa San Fernando, and may practice in Balawan. So we had to go through yung, kailangan mo po ng mga, for transportation po, kasi may mga checkpoints eh. Hindi, kumbaga hindi ka nila pinapanoan ng parang different towns po kasi iba-iba po yung nila. So may part po kasi na strict dito sa may bandang San Juan and dito sa may Balawan before. So kailangan mong kumuha po dito sa city ng permit na kailangan mong mag-travel. So same as them po, yung din is the fear kasi all throughout the pandemic, kahit po yung kasagsagan kasi ng pandemic, never naglagay ng shield yung sa patient po, no? Kasi parang for me, hindi ko maano na may shield ka sa patient kasi i-physical exam mo sila eventually. So, kung ganun yung yung fear mo kasi na, yung contact mo kasi sa patient is masyadong malapit, no? So, it's the same fear as them na baka magkaroon ka ng sakit or ang pinaka po talaga is kasi ang parents ko po kasi are both senior citizens, nasa 70s po sila eh. So yun yung fear ko talaga na wala nang problema po kahit sa amin eh, pero yung sa parents ko kasi po, sila po kasi yung talagang iniisip ko pag nagkaroon sila ng COVID. So yun, katulad nung sabi ni Chester, at least po we have parang may halfway kami kasi yung farm po kasi is parang may separate siya na So doon po kami nag-stay para magkaroon lang kami ng parang rest para hindi po namin maano sa families namin yung virus. So basically yun lang po ang naging challenge sa amin. Tapos pati yung patients din kasi hindi sila makapunta eh. Kung lang talagang parang mahirap lang po talaga yung situation pag malala sila, doon sila pumupunta. So doon ko rin po na yung LGU natin maganda rin kasi yung ginawa po nila sa mga district hospitals na naging mas easier for us to refer to them na para meron po silang pinupuntahan yung mga pasyente. Kaya commendable din po kasi sa atin hindi tayo masyadong nahirapan kasi nga po naging organized naman siya. So yun, for me, yun lang po yung naging struggle is yung transportation sa akin.
Transportation. Kasi lagi kailangan may permit to pagka
Yes.
papasok ka sa one municipality to another
Yes
municipality. Doc Chester, mabalikan ko lang po. Before po yung pandemic, nandyan na po yung farm. Nagpa-farming ka na or nag-start lang after yung during the pandemic?
Actually, yung father ko po yung nagmamanage nung farm.
So dating meron na, Doc?
Apo nandun na, kasi nga farmer po siya.
Okay.
Hindi na, baka magkaroon po ng misconception dun sa farm. Maliit lang po siya na area. Maaga kasing nag-retire si Papa sa government service. So, siyempre minsan pag retired ka na tapos meron ka pang mga gustong ibang gawin. So, tumutulong lang po ako in terms sa financial aspect lang po. Kasi siyempre minsan nakikurious ka na bibigay ka ng pera, saan napupunta yung pera. So, ano yung ginagawa dun sa farm. Pero actually po, ano pa ang term doon? Kasi plantito ba ang tawag mo doon? Pero more of edibles po kasi ako.
Opo.
Tapos ang una po naming nakahiligan is actually magluto. So minsan po mahirap maghanap ng fresh na herb.
Okay.
So doon po ako nag-start. Doon sa yung bahay dito sa San Fernando, may maliit po ako na garden doon. So herbs po yung tinatanim ko doon.
Dating meron na.
Nagtatanim na po ako.
Okay,
Tapos
Doc.
nung nag-pandemic, mas malaki na yung sakop mo.
Paritas yung interest mo, tumaas din yung level ng interest mo nung pandemic.
Tapos
okay.
doon po nag-start kasi yung father ko na mag-introduce na pumasok kami into fruit trees. Kaya doon po ako nag-start talaga doon sa fruit trees. Tapos ngayon po, since wala na po siya, kailangan mo ng source ng income para lang mapasweldo mo yung mga tao. So, nag-venture po kami ngayon sa vegetable farming. Tapos ngayon po sa chicken. Chicken.
Ma'am Marby, baka gusto mong bumili. Open mo lang yung Facebook ni Doc
Sige,
Cherry.
Doc, mahanapan mamaya. Doc, paki-accept ha.
Andun
I-add
lahat
kita.
yung advertisement ni Dr. Cherry.
Sige po.
Yung mga binebenta nilang products
Ay, talaga?
Yes, Ma'am
sige.
Marbs.
Mamaya po pagkatapos nito, promise, paki-add po ako. Huwag niyo kalilimutan.
Oo,
Okay.
andun lahat.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Next question tayo. How does the role of a physician evolve throughout your career from medical school to specialization and potentially leadership positions? Sorry.
Doc Jeremy, go
Okay.
ahead.
I guess talagang may gradual progression into that. Kasi when you're starting your medical practice or even your journey towards being a doctor, ang focus mo muna is yourself eh. So you develop your own self to becoming a doctor. Then once you become a doctor and you see patients, then you develop this sense of parang you look after na people around you. So apart from your family, you begin to take care of the community. Then as you progress pa further into your practice, you guide, eventually, nagtutugo ka na rin ng mga ibang doctors, then you look after other hospital employees. So, doon pumapasok na yung leadership skills or administrative skills na you go beyond yourself, then beyond yourself sa family, then beyond the family to the community na. So talagang, I think may ganung progression talaga sa medical practice.
And I can see that. That's true, Doc Jeremy. When you were a student, you were so silent. But this time, wow, kayang-kayang sumagot.
Ay, sorry. Ganun ba?
Napakatahimik mo noon. Si Doc Chester.
I guess being a doctor po is... sa community po kasi pag nalaman kang doctor ka, they put you into a leadership position ka agad eh. Like, pag pumunta ka yan sa parents, teachers na meeting, tatanungin ka, anong profession mo? Doctor, ikaw na president! Kaya I seldom po na pumupunta. sa mga, or I do not tell the crowd po na I'm a doctor. Kasi ginagawa kagad na leader. And mahirap po kasi siya eh. Mahirap yung nasa leadership position. Kasi na-try ko na po siya. And mahirap po siya kasi ang dami mong kailangan malaman. And yung pinagdaanan po namin na sa doctor did not prepare us or did not prepare me to become a leader. Nung nandun na lang po ako sa position na yon, doon mo nare-realize na marami ka palang pagkukulang. And if you want to become a good leader, you have to learn. Kailangan mo mag-enroll. Hindi pwedeng dahil in-appoint ka lang na magiging good leader ka na. It takes time and it takes effort. Okay? Yun po yung sigurong isang dahilan na parang ang hirap mag-move forward din na dun sa career ko before, na you have this big responsibility not only to yourself, not only to the people you work with, pero as a doctor kasi, to the people that your institution serves. So ang dami pong concept nun, and hindi ko po nakikita yung sarili ko na mag-aaral just to fulfill all those. Kaya mahirap. Pero yun po talaga, yun po yung misconception ng mga tao na if you are a doctor, you are, dahil magaling ka daw kasi ang haba mong nag-aral, is you are already a good leader. Hindi, yun po yung na-realize ko, no, it's not. So, pagka later on, sa inyo na pupunta sa, magkakaroon ng family, pupunta sa parents-teachers meeting, at tapos makakita kayo ng doctor, hindi po siya yung kaagad-agad na gawin yung leader. You have to know the person also. Kasi marami pong may mga leadership qualities na kagad yan. May mga leadership potentials other than yung natawag lang sila na doctor. Yun po sa akin. Pero siguro nga po ang nagpre-prepare lang sa amin to be to have a slight edge is because we talk to people. No, we deal not only with physical sickness but also with psychological, and most especially po nito is emotional. Okay, marami pong patients na pumupunta actually are not physically sick, but their physical illnesses is brought about by their emotions, by their psychological state of mind. So marami yung masakit lang yung katawan, pero actually po deep inside, psychological po yung problem nila. And the difficult part there is how to elicit na it's the psychological problem that's causing the physical sickness. Po. And yun na rin po yung mahirap ngayon. It's a challenge for doctors right now. Is yun, pag nagmamadali yung doctor, mahirap pong elicit yung emotional or illness or even spiritual sickness po dun sa patient, because that entails a lot of time. Kung marami kang patient, hindi mo kailangan mong bilisan. So minsan yun po yung nalulose track doon. So yun po sa mga future doctors, kasi yun yung kailangan mong pag-investan. You have to invest time with your patients so that you can treat them holistically po. Hindi po pwedeng, dahil may high blood lang yung patient mo, is yun lang yung gagamutin mo. Ang hirap po kasi talaga siya. Yun.
Tama yun, Doc. Pumunta ako sa'yo dahil sa high blood ko. Pero iba ang na-discover mo.
Ano yun, ma'am?
Hindi ko naman sinabi sa kanya na meron akong goiter, pero di ko alam siya ang naka-discover, and it has to be operated immediately. So, tama yun, Doc. At saka, unique tayong lahat. Each one of us, meron tayong kanya-kanyang way of leading people. Sa inyong tatlo, magkakaiba nga kayo eh. Siya sa EENT, internist, tsaka pediatrician, si doktora naman. Okay, so, ngayon, pakinggan natin si Doc Cherry, who was, kung papaano niya nabalanse ang buhay niya noon nung high school, being a CSC officer, educational chairman, overall, and then a valedictorian at that time, and from the science high. Tignan natin kung papaano niya nabalanse lahat yan.
Parang baliktad po kasi yung sa akin eh. I was a student leader. Nag-start po ako as a leader na. So, as I go through yung college, yung med school, tsaka it was a time na parang yun po yung naglaylo na ako doon sa pagiging parang leader. Yes po. So yun yung naging difference ko sa kanila. So siguro kasi po is parang naranasan ko na how to lead yung mga people before. Nung time po na yon na parang I give the limelight to yung sa iba ko pong mga kasama. Kasi for me, may time kasi na alam mo na people outsmart you, mas magagaling na sila eh. Mas marami po sila talagang skill, yung marami na silang vision, yung mga ganyan. Na for me, wala po yun sa akin. For me, a leader should be a visionary. So, dapat meron siyang iniisip for you. For me kasi sa akin po noon is, I just lead yung mga kung ano lang yung sabihin sa akin. Pero, as I grow older, I realize na hindi, kailangan ikaw pala yung nag-iisip for them, kung paano gaganda siya, parang ganun. So, ang nangyari po sa akin doon sa yung mga med school, ganun, is skill acquisition. So, ina-acquire ko lang yung skills. For example, yung mga ano yung kailangan ko gawin para maging competent ako na doctor, ganyan. Pero yung leadership po, yung maging na ako ng isang group or something, is it's far from na sa akin. Kasi for me, there are better people na mas kaya nila yung role na yon. Na kaya ako, I really, I'm a good follower. So kasi po pag nakikita ko yung leader, katulad yung mga consultants ko or mga I can see na pag okay yung fina-follow ko siya talaga. Kasi parang doon mo ma-appreciate na may mga tao na talagang may gusto talagang gawin. And for me, that's not me. Hindi ako po yun eh. So ang sa akin, kaya kitang tulungan as a leader, being a good follower. So yun po yung nangyari sa akin sa journey ko. Kasi nag-umpisa po ako na leader until naging follower ako. So yun po yung naging journey ko sa akin.
So yung active leadership mo, Doc, it's just only during your high school days. Pero pagdating na ng college, after your med school,
yes po. Yun nga. Kasi parang, yun nga, sabi ko na-realize ko, lagi nila kasi sinasabi na parang ang ganda raw po kasi parang pag inaano ko po yung resume, ganda raw po yung resume. Pero that's the past po eh. Darating talaga yung time na makikita mo po na ang daming taong magagaling na kaya mong kunin yung knowledge nila na na alam mo na hindi ikaw yun eh. You're not that one na fit for that. So meron talaga po talagang mga taong they're born to lead. Alam nila kung paano nila i-lead yung mga tao. Sa vision pa lang po nila. So for me kasi, kahit po ganun kasi usually katulad sabi ni Chester, no? Pag nakita nila na ganun po kasi maganda yung record mo, parang instantly sabi nila, ay, good leader siya. Parang ganyan. Hindi po, it's more, leadership is far greater po ng being intelligent or smart. It's having the command ng mga tao na may inspire mo sila na gawin nila yung gusto mo. Yung para ma-lead mo sila doon sa something. And sabi ko nga, kung ganun lang lahat ang mindset ng tao, mas maganda po kasi you pave way for the people who really has the talent to do that. Yun po yung sa akin na.
Okay. So, sa mga online viewers po ngayon, at saka sa lahat po ng mga viewers, ang dami po nating matututunan sa kanila na Ma'am Mary Ann, di ba? Sa mga gustong maging doctor siguro, narinig nyo na po yung mga sagot nila. Kung inline na po kayo sa medicine at this time, makikita nyo na po kung doon po kayo papunta sa mga sagot nila ngayon. Marami po tayong matututunan. Okay, so what do you think is the advice you would want to give to the student who dream to become a doctor? Oh, okay. Ready na po ba kayo para marinig ang kanilang mga sagot? Studio audience and also to our online viewers. Doc Chess, would you like to start? Advice po sa mga students.
Advice po to to someone who dreams to become a doctor? Well, first po siguro is sacrifice. Okay? Kahit na naman pong course yung kukunin nyo, you have to sacrifice. Yung nga nasabi kanina ni Cherry, na you have to sacrifice a lot. Your time, personal time, kasi you have to spend a lot of time reading, preparing for your exams or for quizzes. You sacrifice your time from your family. So especially when you turn into your fourth year, your internship, and then your residency. So you forget about your parents' birthday, you forget about your own birthday, you forget about special occasions, no? Christmas, reunion. Because yun yung kailangan po eh. Yun yung kailangan mo. Ano pa po ba? So you sacrifice. Of course, yung isa po is you have to love it. Okay? Yes. Kahit na anong pasukin mo pong career, you have to love it. Okay? Otherwise, hindi mo po yan pagdadaanan lahat. You cannot go into something na half-hearted lang.
Yes.
Hindi po siya po pwede. And unfortunately, pag doctor ka, if you go into it half-hearted, ang magsasuffer po nun are your patients. So
anong bachelor's degree mo nun, Doc? Sorry.
Medical technology po.
Medtech.
Opo, medtech din. Yun po. Yun nga. Yun nga po yung pag nag-uusap po kami lagi ni Cherry. Yung nawawala po ngayon sa ating mga kabataan is we look forward po na magkaroon ng career just to earn for money na to make us happy. Yes. No? Yung to buy yung new clothes, to buy a house, to buy a new car. Kasi noon po hindi ko naririnig na ano pong gusto mo paglaki mo out of anong gusto mong trabaho or anong gusto mong profession. But ang dinidiscuss po sa amin noon is ano nga yung term doon? Vocation. What's your vocation? Kasi ngayon pag sinabi mong vocation, it falls down into pagpapari ka ba o magmamadre ka. Parang ganun po yung naiintindihan ko sa mga bata ngayon. Pero lahat naman po ng profession natin is actually a vocation. You can't go into, for example, engineering na half-hearted ka lang. Kung hindi, babagsak kung ano man yung papatayo mo or may makukuryente dyan kung electrical engineer ka. Diba? Ganun din po yung sa doctor. Sabi ko nga, mahirap pa kasi you're dealing with lives po. Pumunta sila sa'yo para gumaling sila. Okay? And it's not only the person or the patient you're dealing with the whole family. Kung namatay yung patient, hindi lang po yung patient yung namatay. You kill the family. Ang hirap po kayang mamatayan. Okay? The burden of losing someone, no, is it takes toll on the family. Kaya yun po yung mahirap doon. So kaya vocation po supposed to be yung tawag doon. You don't go into medicine or into the practice of a doctor for the prestige or for the money. It's second nature po dapat siya. So kahit na doctor ka na, it's still a sacrifice. Hindi lang dahil nagpakahirap ka that you are, sorry po sa mga ibang doctors dyan if I will offend you, na you get the privilege, no, to binibigay ng community just because you're a doctor. Okay? Nagkakaroon po kasi ng privilege. For example, pupunta ka sa isang lugar, alam nilang doctor ka, may special treatment somehow eh. Kaya, yun po yung sinasabi ko lagi, na it's not supposed to be that way. On a personal note po kasi, one, I don't like people, especially mga friends ko or close to me, na tawagin akong doctor.
Okay po. Okay po.
Especially outside the hospital.
Yeah.
Okay. Because just like you and me, I became an ordinary person outside.
Parang Doc, yung sagot mo nararamdaman ko may hugot. Ang lalim.
Oo nga,
Di naman po.
Ang
Konti.
lalim
pa
na
may
hugot mo,
hugot
Doc.
si
Kanina pa, Ma'am Mary, hindi mo napapansin lahat ng mga sagot ni Doc Chess. Ang lalim ng mga hugot mo, Doc eh.
Kaya nga, hindi ako makapasok kung
Mahirap po kasi I am used to go out after, kung nasa bahay lang po ako or if I'm around, kahit dito sa San Fernando. Lalabas ako naka-shorts, naka-sando.
Yeah, yes,
Hindi pa po naka-t-shirt, as in naka-sando. Tapos bigla kang tatawagin, nasa palengke ka, Doktor! Di po, parang Di ba?
Maybe some people are just so proud na they know you as a doctor.
Yun nga lang po, mahirap po yan eh. Parang celebrity ka na hindi ka makalabas ng bahay mo na hindi ka sinusundan. No? Mahirap po yan kasi mas maganda na, sabi ko nga, as when you go out of your profession, you become an ordinary person, just like the person you're with. Kung sumakay ka sa jeep, kung sino man yung katabi mo, di pareho lang kayo. Beyond that, wala naman po.
Well, that's how humble Doc Chester is.
Yun po yung siguro yung sa advice ko sa mga gustong mag-doctor.
Yes po.
Is you don't go into this profession to live a luxurious life.
Yes po.
It is second nature. Okay? Sabi ko nga po sa younger doctors na tinitrain namin before, kahit na anong gawin mo, once you become a doctor, you become or financially better than the next person beside you. You become, mas malaki po talaga kikitain nyo. Kasi pag pumunta ka sa doctor, kinausap ka lang, yung professional fee ng doctor, yun na yung, sa isang patient, yun na yung minimum wage ng isang tao. So kung dalawa na yan, you're twice richer than the minimum wage earner.
Totoo po.
Kung 5 na yan, you're 5 times richer than the average person. Kaya kahit na ano pong gawin nyo.
Just so happy to hear that from a doctor. Sana lahat ng doctors, ganyan yung mindset. Diba? So happy for that. Thank you for that, Doc. How about Doc Cherry? Ano pong advice nyo sa students who wants to become a doctor?
Katulad din, just like kanina, yung sinabi ko, you should be determined, no? You should be ready for what is coming. Kasi talagang mahirap siya. The easiest part of being a doctor is the didactics, yung pag-aaral. So, magme-memorize ka lang dyan. The challenge goes pag sa clinicals ka na. You have the relationship with people already. So, you're touching lives. So, ang inaano ko doon is yung sacrifices mo, parang you go, katulad sinasabi ni Dr. Jeremy kanina, you go beyond yourself na. Kasi ngayon kasi sobrang masyadong commercialized na po lahat kasi. So, sometimes kahit parang ang sakit lang isipin, it becomes a business. Yung profession namin is becoming a business. So, yun po yung masakit makita. Kasi, kung talagang gusto mong maging doktor, ay gusto mong yumaman, or gusto mong maging sikat or something, this is not the profession. Hindi po ito. Kung gusto mo mag-business ka, mag-businessman ka. So, ang gusto ko lang kasi is let us preserve the nobility of the profession. So, papasok tayo bilang doctors kasi gusto natin magpagaling ng tao. We want to serve people. Minsan kasi iniisip nila, masyado too good to be true, masyado kang ano. Pero kasi if we remove that from us, ano pa tayo, di ba? So, we do this, we become doctors to treat people, not to get money from them. So, minsan, pag nakikita ko kasi yung mga young professionals na nakikita namin, they just go through the routine. Mag-duty sila, papasok sila, pag natapos yung pasok, tapos na. Kasi at the end of the month, meron kang salary. So it does not, parang hindi siya nag-stay lang doon sa profession namin. Kahit sa iba po eh. So parang nangyayari ganun na lang kasi you have money. At the end of the day, you have money. So hindi, lagi kong sinasabi, it's not about the money or about the prestige that makes someone happy. So minsan kasi, yun ang iniisip nila kung paano nila maaano yung sarili. Pero try nyo po, if you really, truly, sincerely serve other people, iba po kasi yung feeling pag yung pasyente nagpapasalamat sa iyo kasi na-treat mo siya, yung family niya. Yung iba kasi yung feeling na na-touch mo yung buhay nila. Na kahit hindi ka po nire-recognize or walang nakakakita or walang ano, iba pag nagpasalamat kasi sila sa inyo eh. Most people na talagang sincere in what they do are really not recognized. Hindi po sila talaga nakikita kasi hindi naman sila nagsasalita, di ba? So, pero they're the ones who really feel the happiness. Kasi sincerely, pinapasalamatan sila ng mga taong natulungan nila. So, if you are really, sa mga youth ngayon, no? So, kung talagang gusto nyo yon, it's not about yourself It's about others. Hindi ko nga alam, lately ko lang nalaman na Albert Schweitzer pala yung nagsabi na it's serving other people Yung pag nagsaserve ka ng other people, doon mo nafe-feel talaga yung happiness mo. So for me, yun po yung yun yung gusto ko lang message sa lahat na gustong magdoktor. Let us do this for service. Not for ourselves, for the people or for our patients. No? So yun po yung sa akin. Pang-wish you.
Yeah, Doc, ang haba.
Very
Ayan, hindi
touching.
tuloy alam ni Ma'am Marian. Ma'am Marian, go ahead.
Hindi ko nga alam kung anong sasabihin ko. Sobrang nakaka-touch. At sana, mas maraming doktor nga na ganon ang
Kagayan.
pananaw. Okay? Si Doc Jeremy.
May sasabihin pa ba ako? Sige. For those who want to become future doctors, no? So, first of all, I would just like to expound lang sa mga sinabi na ni Dr. tsaka Doktora Directo. So first, we become doctors for the right reasons. No? Kasi yan din na mag-guide sa eventual practice mo. So tama naman sila. If you go to becoming a doctor just for financial reasons lang, of course, ma-affect din yung judgment mo sa patients. Kunwari, may patient na dumating, di naman kailangan operahan. Pero habol mo, pera. Sabi mo, operahan. Pero actually, you're just doing harm to the patient. So may ethical effect din talaga kung mali yung reasons ng pagpasok mo sa pagiging doktor. And also, I would like to tell everyone na actually everyone can be a doctor. Hindi naman kailangan magaling ka sa science lang or sa math lang. Actually, kahit sino pwede. You just need to be dedicated. And there are a lot of opportunities or avenues to become one. You don't need to be really financially well para maging doctor. May mga schools tayo for medicine na cater na they give you the training for free pala. And also be prepared lang na it's a long journey. So parang may 4 months na pre-doctor, then you have your 4 years of pre-doctor or 3, then may 3 to 4 years again na medicine, then you have your your internship na 1 year, then you have your residency ng 3 to 5 years. Then ngayon kulang ng residency, you have to go to subspecialty pa na around 2 to 3 years. Then by the time na magpo-40 ka na, magsisimula ka pa lang. So, ayun. Medyo talagang matagal.
Yes. Medtech din ba, Doc?
Yes.
Medtech din. Pinakabaganda po ba talaga ang Medtech as a preparation for medicine? Or not necessarily?
Hindi naman, not necessary.
Not necessary.
Si Doc Cherry, nung
Medtech din po.
Medtech. Medtech kayong lahat.
Nabola po kami lahat noon Binola kami. Sige, mag-medtech ka para pag gusto mo mag-doktor. Mas madali na lang. Actually, hindi po.
O kasi iba-ibang bachelor's degree to po ba?
Yes po. Any 4-year course
any
po.
4-year. Any 4-year course.
May batchmate po ako na education po ang kanyang pre-med. And he was one of the top of our class po.
That's good. Really, that's great. Well, Ma'am Mary Ann, I can really see their heart in their profession, the service that they really want to give, not only to their specific patient nila, pero to the community. And it's really so good to hear those things from these doctors that we have right now.
Yes, Ma'am Margs.
Yes, ma'am.
I am a recipient of their generosity. Yes.
Siguro mamaya hingin ko na rin ma'am yung contact number nila. Okay. May we also listen, docs, may we also listen to questions from studio audience? We have? Yes, ate, come on.
Good morning po.
Hi, good morning.
I'm Kristen Zanpimike from grade 12 St. Francisco Marto of Hume Strand.
Ayun.
And first of all, I would like to thank our three guests kasi ang dami naming insights as students na natutunan. And for our question, as students, we already have our own aspirations and dreams. In preparation for our journey, what challenges, other than sacrificing our time, should we expect in reaching our dreams, especially for those who are planning to also pursue doctor in their future? Thank you po.
Anyone can give an answer? Sino po?
For me, other than the time, no, siguro emotionally and physically dapat you're also prepared. Yung everyday duty when you're in the clinics na, pag nasa hospitals na kayo, kailangan you have a good health. Dapat healthy ka. Kasi if you are not, hindi mo kakayanin. Minsan we have 36 hours, diretso yan, hindi ka natutulog. Parang if mahina yung katawan mo, hindi rin siya kayanin. Emotionally, you should be also prepared. Kasi kung bakit emotionally? Kasi sabi ko nga sa'yo, you're dealing with people eh. So emotional, yan. Minsan, yung emotions, ginagawa ka nilang parang anong tawag man sa ganun? Parang ina-unbaggage nila yung mga nila sa'yo. So kung hindi ka rin malakas, minsan, kaya nga ako hindi ako nag-ano ng psychology, no? Kasi usually hindi ko kaya yung burden nung ganun. Pero kasi pagka emotional din is when you lose a patient. Pag sobra kang sa patient kasi, if you lose a patient, sobrang sakit. Minsan hindi mo, sabi kasi nila masasanay ka, pero minsan hindi mo kasi na masanay eh. Kasi laging at the back of your mind, parang paano kung relative mo siya? Ang sakit kasi siya, masakit. So, minsan yun yung hindi nakikita ng ibang tao besides from the prestige and honor, no? Hindi nila naiisip yung emotional burden sa amin. Kasi pagka minsan hindi ka natutulog kasi hindi stable yung patient mo. So yun, yung for me, kailangan prepared ka rin din. Both physically, emotionally. Yun, for me.
Okay. So yun daw, kailangan prepared ka emotionally and physically. Yeah. Yes, Doc.
Dagdag ko lang po, kahit na anong profession yung pasukin nyo later on, it's honestly speaking, is don't lose your faith.
I like that, Doc. Yes.
Yung kasi yung magdadala sa iyo your faith, regardless of your religion, no? Kasi yun din yung nagdala siguro sa amin po nung sa atin siguro po lahat nung pandemic, no? Is your faith is if you just fear for yourself or for family, hindi ka nagagalaw eh. Sabi ko nga po pagka kausap din namin yung mga anak namin, hindi po natapos yung pandemic just because yung vaccine na nagawa. Hindi po siya natapos doon eh. Kung titignan mo ang faith mo, it's still a divine intervention.
Yes. Totoo yan, Doc. That's a character of it being a Louisian actually, Doc. Oo. Kasi, totoo, sabi ni Doc Cherry, you have to prepare yourself emotionally, physically, as well as, pag wala ka nun, kailangan yung spiritual kailangan laging kaakibat yan. Magkakasama
yes,
yan.
Po, ma'am. Kasi there are times when you also lose a friend.
Yeah.
Out of, minsan po, petty lang yung pinag-aawayan nyo. Especially right now, yung sa sobra pong distractions natin sa mundo. Diba? Example lang po not to go really to politics, but just an example during our last presidential election, diba? Na nagkakaroon ng away-away yung mga tao just because of politics. And even best friends nagkahiwa-hiwalay dahil lang sa politics. These are petty things. Ganun din po pag yung journey nyo sa school, pag nag-aaral kayo, you consider someone as your best friend, tapos all of a sudden, mag-aaway kayo, and then feeling mo wala ka ng kakampi sa mundo. Okay? Minsan hindi mo nakakausap yung parents mo or your parents are away, hindi mo sila makausap on that time. And it's your faith that keeps you going, that keeps you motivated to reach po yung kung ano man yung sinet nyo sa buhay nyo. Okay? So kung nag-set po kayo, for you guys, na going to college na, wala nang plan B, plan C eh. Kasi this is the life you're going to have. So plan A is plan A. Kasi kung may plan B ka, you'd fall back to plan B. So marami rin kaming friends na ganyan. May plan B, may plan C, hanggang eventually hindi nila natapos yung kanilang career. Okay. They found a job, pero hindi yun yung inisinimulan nila. So kagaya nun, you have to be determined, but even determination sometimes, you question yourself and what you're doing. It's faith that usually keeps you going.
So determination and faith. Dr. Jeremy?
For me, no, yung advice ko na other than the time, so I guess you just be the best that you can be, no, sa lahat ng ginagawa mo. In any purpose na or task that you are assigned, just give it all. Kasi you can't, dapat lahat ng gagawin mo maganda excellent quality. Hindi pwedeng, kunwari, doktor, no, titingin ka ng pasyente, tapos half-hearted lang yung service na binibigay mo. Hindi pwedeng ganun. Kunwari, mag-o-opera ka ng pasyente, tapos isipin mo, konti lang babayad nito sa akin. Hindi pwedeng half din ang service na ibibigay mo sa iyo. Hindi, dapat ibigay mo pa rin lahat. Dapat you always remember na you have to do purposeful movements or decisions in life. Hindi ka pwedeng gagawa-gawa na walang purpose o walang sense. Everything should have a purpose. And that purpose should be directed towards doing the greater good. No? So be excellent in everything. As much as you can be the best in whatever you do. Yan ang best siguro ma-advise na masasabi ko. Kasi that affects everything, no? Lahat ng gagawin mo and its outcome. If you give it your all, pati yung outcome nun maganda.
Okay, galing nun. Parang Doc, be the best version of yourself, diba? So, sabi ni Doc kanina, you have to prepare yourself emotionally and physically, and don't forget faith. And of course, be the best version of yourself. Okay, so we thank you for that, and we always say, once a Louisian is always a missionary. Now, before we end, we have one final question. Hindi po naubos yung question natin. Ma'am Mary Ann, give them the final question.
And this is the final question, mga doctors.
In a short answers na lang.
Okay. As a Louisian, what are the values you learned in SLC that you still continue to uphold? What are the values that you learned from SLC that you still continue to uphold?
Yes, Dr.
Siguro
Yes,
I start, no, siyempre, isa sa mga core values ng SLC, yung missionary.
Okay.
So, kasama dyan ang service.
Yeah,
So, I guess,
service.
hanggang ngayon, kasama pa rin talaga yun sa values na in-exude ng isang pagiging doktor. So, kaya nga, minsan associated pa yung mga doctors din sa mga government hospitals or charity services kasi we want to give service to all the levels ba yun ng society.
Happy to know that.
All walks of life.
All walks of life.
Yes. Doc Chess?
Ako po, simple lang, wisdom builds.
Wow.
Actually, kailangan po kasi life is an ending learning, no? So our life is an ending journey of learning. Okay. Kaya sabi ko po wisdom builds, no? Pero kidding aside, yun nga po. You have to have that mentality na kailangan mo matuto every now and then. Not because na natapos ka na nung course mo na you've reached your parang intellectual limit. So hindi po kasi along the way may mga kailangan ka pang i-develop Kasi and then with the advent of technology, social media, maraming lumalabas na mga information, and if you're not wise enough to dissect yung information na mga yon, like mga fake news, or marami dyan, is masisegue ka rin sa buhay mo eh. No. So, yun, sa akin, wisdom builds. And yun, you be a servant or be of service to other people. Kasi malaki talaga yung impact nun towards personal growth and happiness. No? Kahit na maliit na bagay lang po eh. Parang for example po, yung sa batch ninyo. So, ako po, I consider my batchmates as brothers and sisters. Of kailangan mo ring tulungan yung mga farmers na employed sa inyo. And because of that, you try to envision something greater, which is kahit mag-adapt lang po ako ng isang community ng consumers na sa kanila ako magfo-focus, for example, na magbenta ng mas magandang product or mas murang product. So yun, it's still to serve. Yes. Not for you go into something because you just want to do it, but you have to have that vision na to serve so that, alam nyo yun, itutuloy-tuloy mo siya. Kasi kung hindi, mag-fall short ka rin eh. Kaya you be the best version you can be. So, yan. Yun po siguro sa akin.
Short answer also from Doc Cherry?
Sure. For me po yung ano din, katulad yung aside from yung sa missionaries, yung service, siguro it's excellence, no? Competence and excellence. So, katulad ng sabi ni Dr. Jeremy, in everything you do it parang with excellence or with competence, no? It's how you serve your people. Paano mo siya matutulungan kung hindi mo siya alam? Paano mo rin sila matuturuan yung mga susunod sa'yo kung hindi mo siya alam? So first, you build yourself, be confident with yourself and your skills. So pag competent ka na, you can serve more. So you can do more. So importante kasi yun na, yun nga, katulad sabi niyo, yung best version ng sarili mo, hindi pwedeng half-hearted. Hindi pwedeng petiks-petiks lang, pwede na yan. So hindi pwede na yan. So you always do your best in everything. Pag nagawa mo siya, and you become confident with yourself, you also serve better. So in doing that, we can change the world. Kasi yun yung usual na ano ngayon ng mga I don't make a difference. Parang ganyan lagi nilang sinasabi ng mga bata ngayon, no. So it's not that eh. Hindi yung sobrang laking impact ng ano. It's how you change or how you impact on every single life na na-encounter mo. So that's how you change the world. It's not how you change it nang papalitan mo yung mga norms na inaano nila ngayon kasi sobrang dami na nga. It's baguhin mo yung sarili mo. Gawin mo siyang maganda, gawin mo siyang better. Kasi pag ginagawa natin lahat, yung trabaho natin with competence at yung kung tama lahat yung ginagawa natin, di naman natin kailangan magpalit ng kahit ano eh. So we start with ourselves. So that's how I finish.
Okay. So thank you for your excellent answers. At least nakikita namin na may ginawa ang SLC sa buhay ninyo. And we are so proud of you, dear doctors. And Ma'am Marvy?
On that note, we would like to thank you, Dr. Jeremy, Dr. Chester, and Dr. Cherry for being with us this morning.
Your SLC family is indeed so proud of who you have become.
Okay, so that wraps up another episode of Tariptong Kentungtungan T. Luisiano. To our studio audience and to our viewers online, thank you so much for being with us today. Please join us again in the next episode. Till next time, and as always, let's continue to spread kindness. Have a wonderful day, everyone.